A great day. In today's episode of The Good Parts, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 great ways to separate yourself from your money in investing, which, by the way, is something you don't want to do. The famed investor Warren Buffett once said, there are 2 rules of investing. Number 1, don't lose money. And number 2, don't forget rule number 1. So, I have some experience in investing. I've invested successfully enough to build a great income stream that has further disconnected my time from my money, which I'm so thankful for. But also over my investment journey, I've made some mistakes where I've lost money and people that I know and love have lost money. And so in today's Good Parts, I want to share with you the top 3 mistakes that I've made and I've seen people make that have caused them to disconnect themselves from their money, which is not the goal. So if you are tuning in live or on the replay, if you do me a favor, comment below, let me know. I'd love to say hello, shout you out, and know who's tuning into these episodes. So the first one I picked up in a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad from Robert Kiyosaki. And basically Robert Kiyosaki in this book said, anytime someone comes to you and says, hey, I am really good at investing, I would love to take your money and invest it on your behalf, Robert Kiyosaki said, a great question to ask, and sometimes you don't even need to ask this question, but if you just think about it in your mind, you'll find your own answer. And here's the question. The question is, are you earning most of your money from investing in the thing that you're wanting me to invest in, or are you earning most of your money selling the thing that you're wanting me to invest in and earning commissions from the thing that you're wanting me to invest in? This is mistake number 1. Hey Ron, good to see you. Thanks for saying hello. Mistake number 1 is fake experts. Because investing is such an attractive topic, there is no shortage of people who will want to take your money and tell you that they can multiply it stress-free, hands-off, let me take care of your money for you, give me your money. And most of these, if not all of them, are fake experts and they will lose your money. At least that's been my experience. So that's the first mistake that I think a lot of people make. The second mistake comes from some mistakes that I've made. So one of the things that we did early on is we started investing in rental real estate. And the reason that we started doing that was because I had read lots of books, and many authors and many books outline the benefits of investing in rental real estate versus other types of investments. And all of those benefits made sense to me. With rental real estate, you have an asset that can appreciate over time. It doesn't have to appreciate in order for you to make money, and that's because of cash flow. So you can have instant cash flow, which is money paying you today, right now, that you don't have to wait for. You don't have to wait and hope that the investment will go up over time. There's depreciation that happens, which is a tax benefit. You have more control over your investment, so you can make it better. If problems pop up, you can fix them. There's like more within your control. That's another benefit of rental real estate. And yet another benefit is that you're investing in something physical, and it's hard for that to disappear. With a lot of investments, like stocks, different types of monetary instruments, that entire investment can go away. It's very easy. It's very easy for the thing to drop to zero and have all of your asset be gone. But with a physical asset, that's a little bit harder. Banks will loan on real estate. What does that tell you? It tells you that they kind of feel good about real estate. Insurance companies will insure real estate. They won't insure stocks. They won't insure other types of financial, instruments. And so for all those reasons, I thought rental real estate would be a good thing to do. So over my investment career, most of the success has been made in that area. It's a place we've learned about. We have some knowledge there. We have some experience there. That being said, I've been tempted from time to time to try new things. And I want to share with you a couple of stories that leads to this mistake number 2. So the first story was when a friend of mine was showing me how he was making quick profits in the Forex market. And he got me on a Zoom and he's like, watch this, I'll show you how to look at these charts and, let me go ahead and buy here. And then I'll watch the chart. I'm going to sell there. And then he would make, $100, $150. And he's like, look how easy that was. And I was like, wow, that does look pretty cool. But I was skeptical, so I was like, okay, that's cool to see. Thanks for showing me that. Well, a few weeks later, my friend messaged me and he's like, Paul, he goes, I ran across this automated bot that does all of the Forex trading for you, and it's generating automated profits. And I thought, pretty skeptical, right? I was like, cool, that's cool. Let me know how it goes. I'll let you play with your money to see if this thing's going to work. So he continued to test this bot, an automated bot out, and he started sending me screenshots of the profits that this bot was making for him, hands off, hands free. And these screenshots were pretty convincing. Like every day he was sending me multiple screenshots of the day ending with all of these winning trades. And he was showing me the returns on what the bot was doing, and the returns were very attractive. And this went on for several weeks to where I got to the point where my confidence level was high enough. I thought, all right, I'm going to buy the bot and I'm going to put some money in this thing. So I buy the bot and I put some money in this thing, and sure enough, the bot is out there making trades on autopilot, and at the end of the day, I've got money in my bank account. Hey, Booker, good to see you, man. Good evening. Where are you at? Are you on the other side of the world? It's kind of morning here where I'm at. But anyway, so I'm using this bot and the profits are coming in, and it is so exciting to have this bot out there making money on autopilot. I'll tell you what, there's not much more of an intoxicating feeling when you see automated profits coming into your bank account. It is so exciting. And so I got excited, and I'm watching it for a week, and 2 weeks go by, and it's still doing well. So at this point, I'm a believer. So I started to tell some of my friends about it. I told my business partner about it. I told some other good friends about it, and they're like, wow, that sounds a little too good to be true, but let me check it out. Let me see your history. So then they start seeing what's going on, and then they get excited. So they start putting money in. One of my friends put in $40,000. Another one of my friends put in $70,000. I think I had one friend that put in over $100,000. Thankfully, I didn't have that much money in it, but all this money was going into this automated bot, and it was working. It was working until one night I went to sleep and I woke up and I had these terrified text messages from my friends telling me that all the money was gone. And I said, what? And I went and checked my account, and sure enough, the money that I had in this fund that this automated bot was trading was completely wiped out. In the Forex world, they call this having your account blown. And all the money was gone. 70 grand gone, 40 grand gone, 100 grand gone. The money that I had gone, all gone in one night. And it was a really sad experience, but it was also a very beneficial experience, because the great lesson that I learned, this is investment mistake number 2, is investing in things that you don't know about or understand. See, my experience is in real estate. I know it. I understand it. I've got experience there. Forex market, didn't know it, didn't understand it, didn't take the time to learn it or understand it, was relying on this automated thing to go out and make money for me. And I could give you other examples of people that I know that have made errors in judgment with their investment careers by making this same mistake, investing in things you don't know and understand. I have a great friend and family member who one time started telling me about this new thing that they were investing in, and the returns were really high, and it was with a very trusted business person in their local area that was a part of a family business that had been in business for like 40 years. But the returns were so high, I started to ask, well, what exactly is going on? Where's the money going? How are the returns being generated? And it was all kind of unclear. It was like a precious metals paper or something like that. And if you know anything about precious metals, you know that the fluctuation on precious metals is not that great. It's fairly consistent. And so I couldn't understand how there was money going into some fund that was being traded with precious metals that was producing such abnormally high returns for people. And when I was querying my friend, they didn't understand it either. And I said, I would be careful. It sounds a little bit like a Ponzi scheme to me. I hope that it wasn't, but it sounded that way to me. Well, a little bit of time goes by. I'm out in my office working one day, and my wife calls me and she says, is this business the same business that your relative was investing in? And I said, it sounds like it was. And what had happened was my wife had found a news article where the federal government had raided this business that had been in business for 30, 40 years, that was so trusted in the community. The guy running it was like a high up level of, the church, status in the church that my relative went to. And the government raided it and shut it down. And it was a Ponzi scheme. And my relative lost all of their money. People in their church lost homes, retirements, life savings, all gone. And it boils down to this same mistake that I'd made with the Forex stuff, which was investing in things you don't know or understand. That's usually a mistake. And here's one thing that I'll say about investing. Investing is not magic. And sometimes people get seduced into thinking that investing is magic. And what do I mean by that? I mean, people will give you pitches like, hey, give me your money, and then automatically you're going to be getting X amount return, and it's the most amazing thing ever, and let me introduce you to so-and-so who's had their money here for some time. And then you say, well, how is it working? And then they give you an answer that you don't understand, but you're so excited and wanting the return that you overlook the fact that you did not understand what they told you. Real investing means you take your money and you put it to work somewhere where it's in service to a group of people on the planet. So like in my case with our real estate, my money is in rental properties. Those rental properties are being rented out by people, and that money is providing housing for those people. So there's a connection from money to asset to service to people. And with a lot of investments that you may run across, or especially the ones that people will promote to you, that line is very, very fuzzy. And so I would recommend not investing in things that you don't completely understand. Where's the money going? How's it being put to work? Who's being benefited by this money? Those are really, really great questions to ask. So that's mistake number 2. And mistake number 3 is kind of wrapped into some of these stories that I told you about. But mistake number 3 boils down to a quote that I picked up from Napoleon Hill in one of his books a while ago, where he said, the greatest weakness of humankind is the desire to get something for nothing. In other words, the green-eyed monster of greed. Greed makes us want to get a big return without really doing much and without having much knowledge. That's what greed does. And greed was inherent in these stories that I shared with you. It was the desire to have my money, be making me money, but to not know much about what was going on, to not actually be involved in the thing that was going on. Just here, take my money and produce me a return. And I could tell you other stories where this has got me. But the point is, these 3 mistakes, Booker says, yes, I taught about this last night. Awesome. Well, it must be good information if you're teaching about it, Booker. Fake experts, investing in things you don't know and understand, and then greed. And I want to stop on this greed one here real quick, especially for people in the home business profession, because that's mainly the market of people that I serve. One of the things that pops up all the time, and it's popped up, for years now, are these schemes where they talk about 1% daily return on your money. Guys, that's 30% return a month. And I want to ask you, have you seen a legitimate return? Have you ever seen a legitimate investment that pays 30% per month that is a real investment that doesn't end up completely going away? And I will tell you from my experience, 20 years of being in business and in investing, I've never seen that. And every time anyone has come across and said, 1% a day, just put your money in and it'll compound. You don't have to do anything. Well, what is it? What is it? Oh, it's this ad exchange, or it's this traffic exchange, or it's this crypto thing. All things that most people don't understand. Almost all of those that I've seen, they end up being Ponzi schemes. What's a Ponzi scheme? Well, it's where I say to Booker, hey, give me your money because I'll give you a return. Booker gives me his 10 grand. And then I say to Mike, hey, give me your money. I'll give you a return. Mike gives me his money. Now I got Booker's money and Mike's money. And now this big chunk of money, all I got to do is take a little bit of that money and pay it out in that return. And those are destined to fail. And people get sucked into those because of greed, usually. We want the high return without putting in the work ethic. And so with successful investing, here's a great quote to kind of cap this off. I picked this up from Bill Moyst, who's a very successful investor friend of mine, who picked this up from Robert Kiyosaki. And here's what he said: investments aren't risky, investors are. So I love that quote because I think it brings the point home that if you want to have success with investing, you have to become an investor that is knowledgeable and also is willing to somehow do some work and do some due diligence and be involved in what's going on, because it's you as the investor that determines how risky things are. If you're a wise investor, you know how to say no to fake experts, you know how to say no to investing in things you don't understand, and you know how to say no to greed. We don't need the abnormally high returns, guys. If we'll be diligent and wise with the places that we put our money, normal returns over time can produce incredible results. So I wanted to pass that along. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and Booker and Ron, thanks for saying hello below. And that's it for today. I do these episodes once a day, Monday through Friday. My goal is to help people disconnect their time from their money, be wiser, make better financial choices, and grow residual income so they can be free through principle-centered leadership. That's my vision. So if you want more content from me, I'd love to encourage you to subscribe to me on social media if you're not already subscribed. If you're finding this for the first time, it might be a good thing to do. And also, if you want to be sure to not miss out on any of my content, I would love to invite you to subscribe to my email list at myfreedomfamily.com. That will get you on my email list. And also, you're welcome. Thank you, Ron, for saying thank you. I appreciate that. If you do go to myfreedomfamily.com and subscribe to my email list, you'll also see a business model that I co-created 7 years ago with a great friend and business partner that I trust. And we created this business model to help people be free faster. So it's an affiliate marketing model. And that makes it so we can pay a much higher commission on the sales that people make. So we pay 80% commission on sales that you make of our products, which makes it so you can grow a residual income at lightning speed, really, when you produce results. And we also wanted to be the change that we wish to see in the home business world. There were a lot of things about companies that we were involved with, practices that we had been around in the home business profession that we didn't resonate with anymore. You know, we want to be people who are honest. We want to tell the truth. We want to not hype things up. We want to be straight with people. We want to be in something that we can be proud of, that's doing good in the world, that's helping people. And we also want to be a part of something that's making a positive difference in the world at large. And so if you go to myfreedomfamily.com, you'll see the brainchild of what we came up with on how to have a business that has everything that we love with none of the things that we don't love. And if you're looking for a way to grow an extra income, a residual income, I really would recommend you check that out. But even if you don't, subscribe to my email list at myfreedomfamily.com if you want to. So have a great day, and I'll catch you in a future episode.